How is your studies going on? See, this is your geography class. We are learning about the elements of a map. Is it? In the previous class, you have seen some of the elements. Is it? You know there are 5 elements of a map. They are title, north line or direction, scale, signs and symbols, and the grid system. These are the 5 elements of a map. Okay, in the previous class, you have seen 2 of the elements. What are the elements we have seen in the previous class? 3 elements we have seen, is it? Yeah. First one is title you have seen. Title, what you learned about title? Title tells us about the topic of a map, is it? And the next thing you have learned is scale. About scale you have learned, is it? What is scale? Scale is the ratio between 2 places on the map and the actual distance on the ground. And when you learn about scale, you have learned about 3 types of scale. Is it? What are the 3 types of scales? Verbal scale, linear scale or graphical scale, and the representative fraction. Okay, and also you have learned about direction. Is it? And how to measure the direction. Okay, you have learned 2 methods. Okay, what are the 2 methods? Twine method and divider method you have learned. Is it? And in this class you are going to learn about other elements of map. Okay, the first thing you are going to learn is legends and key. Okay. And the next thing you are going to see is conventional symbols. And the third thing you are going to learn is colors in the map. Okay. And the last one you are going to see is grid system. Okay, these are the things you are going to learn today. What are the things? Legend and key, conventional symbols, colors in map, and grid system you are going to see. See, you are going to learn these objectives one by one. Okay. See this legend and key are the essential features of the map. Okay, what is this legend and key? Legend and key are the special features of a map. When we take a map, there will be different signs, colors, symbols will be used. Okay, for example, this legend and key, where you can see the legend and key on the map. You can see on the right side or the left side bottom of a map. Okay, or sometimes this legend and key can be found on the top of a map. Okay, here in this map you can find it on the top of your map. Okay, see here the legend is given. Here what are the informations given? The capital city is given, state headquarters given, district headquarters is given, other places, some of the places is given, and what are the railway lines. What are the areas the railway lines are found? That is given. Where is the sea routes are given? Okay, that also is given. And the river, the perennial rivers are found. Important rivers like Indus, Ganges and Brahmaputra. Okay, these rivers are given. And international boundaries are given. State boundaries is given. National highway with numbers are given. Golden quadrilateral is given. North-south corridor is given. Okay, and east-west corridor is given. Other roads are also given. So these are the legends. Okay. So what is the use of the legend? It shows the futures of a map. Okay, it shows the futures of map. Different signs, symbols, colors are used in the map is shown in legend or key. Okay, why we say this as key? Okay, because it gives the basic information about the map. Okay, about the particular area is given. The next thing you are going to see is conventional symbols. Okay, why do we call these signs and symbols as conventional symbols? Okay, why we call these signs and symbols as conventional symbols? Because some of the signs and symbols are internationally accepted. Okay, the signs and symbols are accepted internationally by all the countries. Okay, that's why we call these signs and symbols as conventional signs and symbols. Okay, because it is internationally agreed, accepted and used in the map. Okay, these conventional signs and symbols are same in all over the world. Now, what are these conventional signs and symbols? For example, when I showed in the previous okay, when I showed legend, okay, here some of the signs are given, okay, some of the symbols are given, okay. These signs and symbols are internationally accepted signs and symbols, internationally accepted signs and symbols, okay. For example, if a foreigner comes to India, okay, if he wanted to understand where the metal roads are there, where the paka roads are there, where the railway track is there, where the what is the route, railway route for particular areas, particular part of India, okay, he can be understand it, through the signs and symbols which is given, okay, because he also it helps him to read the map easily he can read and understand it. The next thing we are going to see is the colors in the map. Okay, what we are going to see? Colors in the map. Okay, now the colors also help a person to read and understand the map easily. Okay, different colors are given. For example, where it is a high place or elevated areas or very low areas or deep areas, it can be given in with the different colors that help a person to read the map and understand the map easily. Okay, some of the colors used in the maps are like blue, green, yellow, white. Okay, and what this blue color depicts, the blue color shows the water bodies. Okay, wherever the water bodies are found, which color is given? The blue color is given. And green color, it shows the plain and lowland. Okay, it shows the plain area or it shows the lowland. Okay, and when we see yellow color, it shows the desert region. Okay, where there is no cultivation is done. And the white color shows the snow covered areas or the cold region. Okay, to show cold regions or snow covered region, which color is used? The white color is used. Okay, these are the uses of colors in the map. And the next thing we are going to see is the grid system. Okay, when we see grid system, there are two important lines are there. Okay, one is the latitude. Okay, the horizontal lines that run from east to west is called equator. Okay, or you can say that is latitudes. Okay, what we call the horizontal line that runs from east to west, latitude. So the latitudes are the horizontal line. Okay. Now there is and we call there is a latitude that divides the earth into two equal halves. Okay, the latitude that divides the earth into equal two halves, that is called equator. What we call it as equator. Okay, and these latitudes are given numerical values. Okay, some of the numerical values are, okay, equator is 0 degree latitude. Okay, we call this as great circle. Okay, what we call great circle. Now, different numerical values I told this. So, equator is given 0 degree. Okay, and this equator is also called great circle. Okay, and some of the numerical values is given in north and south direction. Okay, so these numerical values are like 30 degree, 40 degree. Okay. And in the southward, it is again 30 degree south, 40 degree south. Okay, do you understand, children? And when we see the earth, see, this is the great circle. Okay, this is the biggest circle, and near the pole there is a small circle. Okay, these latitudes or the length of the latitudes decrease when it goes towards the pole, southward and the northward. Okay, when it goes towards the pole, the length of the circle is decreases. Okay, so that's why we call the equator as the great circle, and the circle near the pole is, the length of the circle is very less. Okay, do you understand? Okay, the next thing we are going to see here in the grid system is longitudes. Okay, we call this as longitudes. Okay, here also these longitudes are given numerical values. Okay, these longitudes run towards north-south direction. Okay, did you understand? So all these longitudes are semicircular lines. All these longitudes are semicircular lines. Okay, the length of longitudes are equal. Okay, the length of longitudes are equal. And see here the north pole and the south pole. Here we call 0 degree. Did you understand? 0 degree. There are two important longitudes are there. One is prime meridian and other one is international date line. Okay. This prime meridian helps us to understand the time of a place. Okay. And we also call this in the prime meridian as Greenwich meridian. Okay, what we call the prime meridian? Greenwich meridian. Why do we call this prime meridian as Greenwich meridian? Because this prime meridian runs near London, the place called Greenwich. Okay, this helps us to understand the standard clock, okay, or standard time. From this prime meridian only the world standard time is calculated. Did you understand? And what is the use of international date line? This international date line helps us to calculate the day and date, because we know that the earth rotates westward. Okay, the earth rotates westwards. When it rotates, what will happen? The western part or the eastern part experience day, where the western part experience the night. Okay, so it helps us to, the international date line helps us to calculate the day and the date of a area. Did you understand, children? So this is about the longitudes and latitudes. Okay, now these latitudes and longitudes, it crisscross each other, intersect each other. Okay, so these latitudes and longitudes help us to locate an area. For example, your place is in which part of this area is located. Okay, when you see the globe again, you can find, okay, there is latitudes and longitudes are there. Okay, this helps us to locate the area on the map. Did you understand, children? So this is your class today. What all the things you have seen? You have seen 4 important things. Okay, legends and keys you have seen. This is the important feature of your map. Okay, legends and keys. It is given in every map on the top or bottom of the map, or it can be given in right side or left side of a map. Okay, the next thing you have seen is signs and symbols. We call these signs, some of the signs and symbols as conventional signs and symbols. Why? Because these signs and symbols are internationally agreed, accepted and used. Okay, these signs and symbols help a person to interpret the map easily, to understand the map easily. And colors in the map, the colors used in the map also helps us to understand a particular physical features. Okay, by seeing the colors you can understand how this area, the feature of the area you can able to understand. The grid system, okay, you have seen there are 2 important lines are there, horizontal line and vertical lines. Okay, horizontal lines, it runs from east to west. Okay, that's the biggest circle. Okay, we call it as equator that divides the earth into equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Okay, above the equator we call it as northern hemisphere and below the equator we call it as southern hemisphere. Okay, when we see the same, the longitudes, okay, the zero meridian is called Greenwich meridian. Okay, the east side we call eastern hemisphere and west side we call it as western hemisphere. Okay, totally these lines, horizontal and vertical lines, helps us to locate the places on a map. Here we end the class. We will see in the next class. Thank you, children.